Definitely is. The last, I believe this is the last map where Global Esports was able to bring down Dam 1 during the APAC LCQ, and that ended 13-5 up against Dam 1, who arguably I feel like is a better team than F4Q.
I agree.
This is really down to the wire now, and this setup that Global Esports have taken is almost, I think, the thing that they did use in that specific game, where Hail Ranger wasn't the flasher, wasn't the breach. It actually was on this Astra where he was the clutch artist. Now, I believe it was Paper Thin that kind of coined the term wave dashing. Even though this is not a fighting game, we will be seeing something of that
like
sort. And it is going to be just that. Bunny peeks out at the perfect time, spotting him out in the open. And Hell Ranger, this seems familiar. He doesn't have any more rifles. He's out exposed. And that's going to be a Fina. Shut him down quite quickly. F4Q's run and gun immediately just disarmed by the Popo.
Okay, F4Q, we see you here. While they might not be pulling out the raise as Paper Thin would have really wanted them to do, seems like that they still have it on the money here on how to be able to address, the aggression that Global are also very notorious for here on Split. Now, F4Q, they might just be the front runners to kind of popularize that, at least in the recent times, but I mean, Global are pretty notorious at doing that as well. So, attacking side here for Global, second round for them. A bit of a force in a way. They got that Stinger. They got a few pistols here, like a Sheriff and bunch to work with, and the Marshal as well. Stun, concuss coming out here from that, from Hell Ranger on the breach, but don't really follow up just yet.
Yeah, it's that bit of calm before the storm. Global Esports know that with these weapons that they have, they can maybe opt to go for that force buy, or rather that quick little rush, but they have to make sure, right? Because this is still an investment for them. If they make the big mistake of getting caught and losing the round, they're basically giving another free round onto the next one, because that's going to be where Global just has to go for the quick save. Bunny's going to be peeking out. Nice little shot. Will actually both miss, as that was a battle between the martial artists. As F4Q's Bunny has been smoked, this is going to be another A take, and F4Q is going to be successful with this one. Nice little dash out from SK Rossi, but he's starting to whiff a couple of these martial shots, and now that he's been spotted, 5K, all he really has to do is flush him out, and SK Rossi, realizing this, backs away as a snake bite comes through.
Okay, nicely done here from F4Q to regain control of that Rams. I like how they address the problem at hand, but Global, they still got an opportunity here. They are on the site. The spike is planted down, and if they can maybe get the pick off here, especially on the Bunny, who has been raining havoc in that past map, then they can do something. Skills, great shot by him to find the feed, and Kappa does the same. Golu, a great kill, and suddenly Global Esports have taken the lead in this round. They have the advantage 2v4 right now. Concuss coming on here. Esperanza trapped in the site, and that's a clean up crew here coming from Global. They take the second round in thrifty fashion. Spectacular from them. They've tied up the game as we move into the third round.
Well, they literally just use numbers as well as little bait spots around the A site to clean up, and F4Q do not know what hit them. I don't know what's happening with the Marshals, but it just isn't working today. Bang it on the wall probably might make it work out, but both SK Rossi and Bunny missing a couple of these crucial shots. Now there's going to be a tactical pause called in, interestingly enough, by Global Esports, but this could make a lot of sense. They're going to be on somewhat of a, advantageous buy, and they want to make sure that they can talk about what will be happening in the following rounds, especially the buy round that will be coming after this one by F4Q. Still, regardless, Global Esports a little bit rough around the edges, but they still take that round from the last regardless.
Exactly. Lots of teams typically call a timeout after they've lost, quite a few rounds, and they don't want to let that continue, which is, to be fair, also very apt. But there has been something as of recency, like in the past few years in FPS, where a lot of timeouts are called actually after they win a very important round, and that is a team that wins that round who actually calls a timeout right after. Why? Well, they talk about what they did right and how they can continue this lead to not let it just get, I guess, counteracted immediately the round right after and come back into. So good job here by Global. I like that they use one of their timeouts. That leaves them one left here in regulation. They'll get one more if they go into overtime, but in the meantime, this is what they're playing at, and they got this lead, at least in terms of the economy, and that could definitely convert into a round lead as well.
I mean, you just want to make sure. Now, are taking a slower pace. Seems like F4Q has gravitated 5K all the way on the A side. For the past 2 rounds, he has been on B. And looky-loo here, Black. It seems like Global Esports, their call to go for this rotation has actually worked out. Esperanza stops them out with a beautiful flash. They're still going to have to try to take all through this. And SK Rossi with a classic is doing some work. Bonnie still spots him. That's going to be the kill on, but there's still one onto the side. They could actually get a 2-for here if they're not careful. And there comes Zunba zooming in. Mission a couple. Will be able to be brought down, and 5K waddling his way onto the side itself. He is going to be going up against Skills, who is very low. That's going to be the right click on the Classic. Picks up onto the Spectre, and it's 1 versus 3. An uphill battle, but a battle that he could possibly make it more expensive for Global. Ooh.
Around this round is actually pretty close, and closer than you might expect. Look at the HP on them, and to be quite honest, if 2 of those shots landed and they were very close to landing them on the side of F4Q, then this could have easily been kind of like maybe a 2v3 or a 2v2, and who knows at that point what might happen. But the moment here, F4Q right now will give up this round, gonna recede it for the meantime, concede it rather, and let Global take this one. They did what they did what they can, rather, using the pistols to their fullest extent, and is what it is. As Global take the 3rd round right now, F4Q now have opportunity to buy up, and that they shall. Looking to tie up the game here as we move into round number 4. As you did say, they did pull 5K to that A site, but knowing that Global took their talents towards that B site, this time around though, sticking with the same plan, looking to play 5K on A.
I think it makes more sense than putting him on B, since they still do have the Cypher for that control. And this double whammy of Cypher and Sky, I feel is going to be enough to maybe dissuade F4Q from making strides along that general location. And what's kind of interesting on Split is that we don't usually, I feel, see that many operators play out. But as soon as we have enough money on both teams, they opt to go for the operators straight up. Buddy knows this. He doesn't want to go for the rifles anymore. He was pretty cracked on Bind with the sniper rifle in his hand, and he's going to try to make that happen once again. Now, a little bit of peekage here onto lower mid, and he could actually have the right understanding of a shot, of a takedown, and he does. And that's Kappa. More importantly, Spike spotted. Oh, that is big.
Nasty shot there from 5K, but doesn't last for too long as Golu immediately on the trade. Zunba, that's a huge pickoff for him to find Golu, who already was low towards that ramps, and the only position that they got here right now is this mid. They're trying to crawl up into it. Maybe could take the vents, but even at that, there is a tripwire at both vents and mail, so it's going to be quite an undertaking for them to really rush their way into either side. Hellranger was tagged up, and he's not a good prospect. Doesn't matter if he's 1 or 100 HP. Bunny's gonna get the kill on that no matter where it lands. And SK Rossi, last one left alive. I'm curious to see that they pull out the operator actually on the attacking side this early on. Like defensive side, okay, that makes sense, but not a lot of teams like doing this on the attacking side, for very good reason, especially on a map like Split, which can be very claustrophobic. This is, honestly, I'm not too sure if he's going to be able to save this. Zumba, I think, has a read on him. And he does.
You could have actually made it, you know, gone for the knife. I would have enjoyed that.
Well, I didn't want to play the risk, I guess.
True. I just wanted to add, more than anything, if you're going to be on the attacking side as an operator on Split, I think the danger that you have with it is the danger of it just not being effective. Right? Because a lot of the angles on Split feel like angles where you as the attacker have to always peek out. And it's not really the defender to try to challenge you. So I feel like the operator might be more advantageous here, especially on Split, right? When you're on the defending side. And when he hits shots like that, I tend to just, you know, lose my credibility and never mind.
Not necessarily. I do think that was kind of an error there for him to actually go for the peak. And Fina does get that kill here on the Skills. He had the showstopper, but did not really find much value out of it. The Rolling Thunder doing most of the job, and Esperanza is able to equalize things up. Now, I guess your point, Asarai, was like, on the attacking side, they're really not going to peek you, especially if they know there's an op, and so why bother, right? Like, you're not going to get those peaks early on if there's another op, but in that case, well, it was Bunny who peeked him, so it just turned into a moot point, and now It's a retake, full 3v3 retake for both teams.
Skill playing the close distance, supplementing his fight with the flashes, but these little bit of peeks out, not really the most effective. And I just wanted to point out, yeah, Hellranger, he went the distance, he went for the effort of actually picking up the operator, and now because all of his teammates have dropped all the way around him, he's not going to be able to save this, and that's going to be F4Q, but a smile on their faces, 3 to be able to survive, as well as able to pick that sniper rifle into their next round. Global Esports, they had a nice little starting pick, but I think they went too hard into trying to catch off, and I think this is where they also lost the buying map, because I felt like they always just wanted to be able to flush out F4Q when it was a low risk, high reward, or excuse me, it was a high risk, low reward type of deal.
Or no deal, perhaps. Money
Sounds like
the bag. That's a question.
Oh my god!
F4Q's Bunny, oh my goodness, oh my lord. Not able to land a follow-up shot, gonna choose to get out of the dodge and bail out of that fight. Is a Sheriff only up against him, but if he misses that shot, then you definitely do not want to stick around to find out if there's even more coming your way. Zunba, he's got that information. I'm not too sure if he knows there's 2 there exactly, but he has to know that potentially one could be with skill, so it's a safe assumption at the meantime to try and play inside the site and wait there, as a Sentinel should. In this case, though, they are looking to actually split things, maybe go towards mid. They've crawled up now in the vents, and they could potentially use this to kind of springboard into a mail take, Asarai.
5K. Smoke is still active. It's only a matter of time. Kind of sniffs it out. That snake bite is going to be perfect. Oh, skills. He really wants to force the issue, but finds nothing. Does he know? That's going to be huge, though. That nade is going to take down 5K, but Esperanza will not let go of B Heaven. He still has a couple of bullets left into the chamber. Hellranger finally finds that pickoff. A little bit tad bit expensive, but in terms of map control, Global Esports have yet to really gain anything. And Zunba, yeah, he's gonna... Okay, they're starting to falter here. They're making a lot of mistakes, and it's all down left to Kappa. Bunny, make sure that he can maybe hold on. True! With the back of the sight, with that blade fadeaway shot, headshot to connect onto Kappa. And F4Q, bit of sweat, but nonetheless, exercise done, exercise completed, and the round secured.
Very big contrast here in the scoreboard for the 2 Jets. Bunny up top, and SK Rossi all the way down below. I don't think that's going to continue on for too long for a player like SK Rossi, but we've seen him have some cold games, and for SK Rossi, we haven't actually seen him, at least in the LCQ, be anywhere near the middle pack. It's either he has a really hot on-fire game, or he's just completely ice cold, and I'm going to be afraid if I'm Global Esports right now, if that's going to be the case here for our final map. This is not the time to do it. This is not the time to fold. And right now, this could become even worse sevenfold if they let this mid control just completely held by F4Q, not even contesting it. This wall is giving them so much value, at least for that mid control, but little did Global Esports know it's completely open for them to actually take.
It is pretty free to take, but F4Q, or rather Global Esports, they're starting to second guess themselves. They're hoping that maybe there is that bit of peekage that F4Q will try to do, but because of how F4Q just feel around at the map, and they know that there's not really going to be any form of slow little peaks from Global, they always like to, you know, skill first, ask questions later. It becomes very easy for F4Q to read the situation from the looks of it. Now, there's a bit of a bait and switch coming through, but those tripwires are just going to give a nice little clear picture, clear vision for F4Q where the rest of this Indian team is going to be coming from. Bunny, he's going to be playing the fly swatter, looking up above with the operator, and as they drop down, he's just going to be riling and shooting it back up. A little bit interesting that he was picking up onto screens there. They spot out the Fina, but he's going to be in a shooting range with Esperanza, leaving only Hellranger to remain. He's going to have to reload, he's going to have to plan, and this doesn't leave him much to try to do. He can maybe set up some stars, never mind, doesn't have anything, and he goes again for the operator. All right, let's see if he can hit some shots, and he will not.
Goes for the operator, very curiously enough. It's going to be very difficult to kind of take multiple engagements. I think he was trying to maybe pop one shot off, get that kill, and then switch back to a rifle, to a Vandal or Phantom nearby. But Efina, man, holding on to that site like the Sentinel, like a true tower that he is, a turret here, completely reliable every single time for F4Q. He might have only 5 frags in this game, at least for now, but they're very high impact ones, and he's pretty good at doing that as their Sentinel, you know, just holding down that line, being the rock to just be a complete menace for anybody trying to take the site. Maybe go at least 1 for 1, 2 for 1, and in that case 3 for 1. So great job by him. F4Q right now, you can see Asteroid that even the mere presence, the mere threat of them being nearby is kind of forcing Global back. And so yeah, they're kind of second guessing themselves here. Without that Sky, or without maybe even a Sova, which is to be expected, especially on Split, then you don't have that information gathering. And so this wall is something that has kept them at bay prior in that round, but SK Rossi not looking to be deceived this time.
He is gonna, even though he's gonna not be
Great
deceived.
flash.
Oh, that flash actually hits both of them. I think that was, yeah, from Kappa that was being set up, but the smoke just kind of screwed it up for SK Rossi there. Bunny, he's gonna be playing somewhere outside here on ropes. There's the first victim, dashes right back away, respects, and oh, they're gonna waterfall into this one. Efina, he has a perfect angle to make this work. 1 for 1 trade. Skills trying to go through the spawn. That's the stun to come through. The follow-up onto Bunny could be real, and he's still holding on. Esperanza comes in for that retaliation, and this has just gone for a whole bunch of Royal Rumbling through the 2 teams. SK Rossi and Hell Ranger out in no man's land. 1 onto High Heavens, 1 down on A main. This has separated them. 30 seconds onto the clock. They can maybe opt for B, and Hell Ranger is pulling the trigger straight into that. But does he know that Zunba is waiting for his cross? SK Ross is going to be able to open back up, call him back in. Oh, this is perfect. They actually might be able to make this happen if SK Rossi can hit the right click. Maybe again with the classic. Yes, 30 seconds, and they can run right into the site. Zunba almost cut off the rotation to B, but SK Rossi opens it up. What a beast for Global, and now we go for the 2 versus 1.
Zunba 1v2 here right now. And SK Rossi is gonna secure the round. Very nicely done here from Global. Right click classic confirmed, better over right click than Jet Blade Storm? Possibly. Seems to be the case. 4 kills now for SK Rossi finally, and something that I honestly quite find curious is the fact that Kappa plays a breach here on Split, and seemingly only on Split. On Ascent, Bind, and Haven, it's Hellranger on that breach, and so I wonder what the decision there exactly was. Maybe he's just more comfortable, but it is what it is, and as of the meantime, they're doing decently well to try and get back in the game. But once again, the exact default mid wall here coming in from the side of F4Q on 5K, and they've got the weapons to support that too, as Global are actually looking to maybe aggress here towards A main.
They do have really good ultimates to make that happen. Bunny, though, is back on the operator. His old shenanigans. He sees the leg. Could have actually gone straight for a collateral. And again, he's getting away with murder because of the dashes that he has. Where did that Cypher tag come from? Oh my god, Bunny, your follow-up is ridiculous. SK Rossi, he's been called to help, but he's already looking at his teammates falling all around him. Oh, the humanity, Black and Blue. He's going to be looking to maybe get a challenge on the peak out here, and he could. Maybe some bit of karmic retribution, but he needs to find the first target first, and that could very well be Bunny, as both of the Jets, hovering over A heavens.
SK Rossi trying to snipe his way here to some control. Sees something going for them in the round, but Bunny has an idea, and he lands a shot. And it's not even a hard shot. He knew where he was. SK Rossi just walking into his sights, and this is not looking too well right now for Global. They lose this round, they're going to be in a bad economic spot, but Hell Rangers has something to say about that. Getting that kill on Esperanza.
10 seconds
They make this happen. Spike is on Hell Ranger. He's going to have to run all the way to the site, but he's looking to potentially save it. Yeah, this is a saved round. They're not going to want to go for this at this point. In Global, they do concede the round 6-3. Now F4Q go up, and they save the op at the very least for Global. Efina finds Kappa. No Kappa.
Okay. Okay, Boo. Okay, Zoomer. Here's another thing as well. This is totally different from what happened with Damwon back in that split game. That was Global Esports starting on the attacking side, and they ended that first half 9-3. This is not looking to be the same thing. There is much, much better control for F4Q on their defending, and Global Esports are left scratching with their heads. Regardless, though, it has been all because of Bunny's operator, and it really has changed the dynamic of F4Q, where teams could just have no threat from Bunny's long-range fights, but now there is. A little bit confusing as to what happened there, but I feel like Bunny just kind of bumped his head on some kind of ceiling and got followed up by skills. If Phoenix going to be in the back of the site, then it's not really going to matter now, is it? SK Rossi, he's picked up Bunny's operator, and he's not going to miss a beat to take that warm little shot and keep a pop-off. Goes for the flick, not really going to matter. Second one not going to connect as well. He changes and says, skills, I choose you, use headbutt. And while this Pokemon gets knocked out, fainted, and we'll have to go back to the center to get revived by the nurse. And Zunba here, will not spot out Hellranger, who was already lurking right behind him.
Okay, nicely done, Global. I like it. They get back into the game, and F4Q seem to be shaken, but maybe not too stirred. 13 frags on Bunny. He's far above right now, and this is honestly looking like the exact opposite of what we saw there on Bind for map number 2. And when in Bind, Global, it was a bit more top heavy in terms of the fragging when you're looking at the scoreboard, and F4Q were the ones who were quite equalized and normalized out. This time, Equilibrium on the side of Global. F4Q, not the same story, but that is something we'll see what exactly that entails. Look at the mid push here coming from F4Q, though, Asar. They've completely taken this over. They are on an eco. They've got an Odin, by all means, who's holding down from screens, but I think this is, I really think this is a good idea whenever a team is on eco, at least for the most part. It's a really good idea to try and take that initiative and look for the fight.
Oh, that initiative is great, but that Odin is making me feel a little bit worse for... Oh, wait. Oh, he spotted it. But the flash... Still, Hellranger finds it. That was a little bit confusing, but still, the find ends, as well as the creation to... Or not, sorry, creation, but rather the opening is going to be merited. Is not looking too good for Global Esports, as these flanks from F4Q is just working exceedingly well for them. SK Rossi, though, is finally going to get shut down, not by the flanking Bunny, but rather Esperanza, who was lurking somewhere on the high heavens. Spike has been planted down. Golu's going to be in that perfect angle spot, and Bunny, he's in a 2 versus 1. He can pick up a weapon if he wants, but there is a lot of utility still remaining here for Global Esports. That was so worse for wear, but Global Esports still make it happen. Bunny's going to be dashing right in. The right click will miss, as the timing with that little bit of a pop flash. Perfect. And that is going to be one more round before Global Esports can finish off this first half.
That was insane there from SK Rossi, stepping up when it mattered the most, and 5-6 here. Seems like F4Q have not really budged from these rounds, from that 6 mark in these past 2 rounds, and as we're moving to the final round of the half, Global looking to tie it up. Operator once again on the attacking side of SK Rossi, but he's got that Blade Storm to use here, and that will be crucial. Operator could sometimes slow you down on the attacking side, but when you're a Jet, when you got that Blade, then who knows, it might just be what you need. You can turn up the pace at any single moment. Ultimate here, Viper's Pit, pulled out on a main, and that forces Global to try and aggress towards his B site on his push. Zunba holding it down with a Guardian, keeping him safe, and Esperanza gets a double off of the line, and now the spike has been dropped. This is crucial right now, and deadly. This is disastrous for Global.
Disastrous. I think that's, one other word. That was horrible. Oh my gosh, they just got lined up. I mean, dude, they had the idea, they had everything. They were already about to push in, and the one time that they went on B main, it just did not work out. There was so much utility, even though there's not really, there wasn't really, I believe, Athena that was there. They had flashes, they had the Astra Star, one-way smokes. There was just no way Global Esports was going to get through that quickly. And I believe that was also Bunny, who was waiting at the precipice for people to pop out. But Esperanza made such a huge, impactful play that everything that Global Esports wanted to do, they were kind of building it up, just crumbled down. Basically like Jenga. One piece falls off, everything just wrong piece falls off, everything just crumbles. And still, I would say that was a pretty respectable first half altogether. 5-7 on attack, I feel like, is still a good thing, especially on split. And as we start the second round, or second half, excuse me, GE call for a tactical timeout. This is not a technical pause, guys. This is literally a tactical timeout. So GE, they're trying to make use of their time, and they want to make sure that they can get the first one here. It's going to be huge.
This is their last remaining timeout of regulation right now that they use in split. And interestingly enough, Asarai, curiously, they've used both of their timeouts near the very start of either half. They used it a while ago after winning round number 2 when they lost the opening pistol. And then now at the very opening round of the second half, they use one again. So it's very curious, very different philosophy than what you might see a lot of times around the world and in APAC, where timeouts are necessarily typically called near the end of a half, not at the start. But maybe, just maybe, it's what they need to get back into the game, get their heads straight, and it's exactly what they have to do, at least at the moment. But Hellranger, star down, there towards B main. The rest of F4Q are crawling up towards B, Asarai.
He also opted for the full 5 stars rather than any bit of safety with his shield. Esperanza, yeah, setting it up. That's going to be everybody except for Athena, who's just going to be lurking somewhere on mid. It's full force end. Still have not yet to plant the spike down, but Global Esports know it already. They're gravitating the rest of their players. Golu's going to be clearing out on mid. He's going to be in a very, very ferocious duel against Athena here. If he's not careful, he's going to be caught off. Bunny, let's see if that Aftershock will connect through the confusions of the smoke. But here comes Global Esports coming through. And no, they weren't able to clear Athena. So if Esperanza, even if it drops down, Athena's timing is going to be crucial here. They need to pick it back up because he's just about to fall down and rain from above. Shots 1, 2, 3. And that is just crumbling down horribly for Global Esports. They thought that nobody was on mid. They thought that they were safe, but boy, were they wrong.
He sees through the bricks into the sea, and there the castle crumbles now as F4Q, Athena, huge play from him on these sites. This is what we're talking about. He might go a bit quiet for a few rounds, but then he suddenly stepped up with those rounds, holding down the site. He did the same on A while ago with the triple, and right now here on the B for the opening pistol. Global do not have a timeout. Remember that F4Q have actually yet to pull out one, and at the meantime, it doesn't seem like they need to. Viper wall here being placed on this A site, coming in for F4Q. This should be a telltale sign for Global. The pain train is coming their way, and there it goes from 5K.
And I feel like compared to any other map, Split is probably one of the most explosive and momentum-heavy maps out there. That was a nice little crossfire that they set up. Immediately, F4Q just tuck tail and run. They're going to be rummaging all the way through mid as well as B because they know that Global Esports have already set up a full 4 stack onto the A side itself. There is going to be some sort of lure coming in from Hellranger, but he is way too late to the party. And once again, Black Deja Vu. Athena is coming in from mid for a delayed push, and they do not know this is coming.
Yeah, and again, he gets another kill too. Hellranger eventually does deny him, but this late round lurk towards mid or wherever else they place him is a common thing that you might see a lot of great Sentinels do, and that's something Athena has been applying to its fullest effect here, capturing Global off guard once again. They've retrieved a Spectre here in a Hellranger, and well, he's not necessarily expected to win this round. If he can get another kill here, make it a bit more expensive for F4Q, it would have been nice, but Bunny at the meantime will slay any hopes of that. F4Q up 9-5. This could easily be a double lead now that they put over Global if they take another round.
1 second, peeps. I gotta visit the
It's starting to show, I feel, the biggest weakness of Global Esports is that it's one of the also the big weaknesses of teams that I feel like that are kind of still fledglings, where they're very good, right? They have an immediate understanding of the game, but the big problem is the longer the rounds go, the more that Global Esports have a difficulty of what they need to do. And to kind of cover that up, they're using their numbers in great strides, right? But if they can't really get the picks that they need at the very start, it seems to crumble down ever so slightly. We'll see if SK Rossi's ferocity as well as impact with the operator can alleviate that, because that has been something that really helped out during Haven. But again, this is a very different map. F4Q can read that, immediately go for another site if they wanted to, and basically null his presence. Still, regardless, this is going to be a buy round for Global, and F4Q are on their bonus. So if they can just take away some weapons, that's going to be good. If they can even plant the spike, even better. But winning the round isn't, I think, the biggest of their concerns just yet.
5-9. That opening pick from Global is a bit of a lifeline to work with. Skills here. He's got that room but you're aggressive, but now it's just denied. He's playing a very dangerous game and he's heavily punished for it. Efina opening things up, and F4Q, they've retrieved the Phantom there, giving it to Bunny. Global, it's a 4v4 right now. They have a chance before this retake. And on this late lurk, Golu's gonna find that pick, and that was huge for them. He needed to control that A main position, and that he does, making sure the sewers and the rest is clear. And they do have control. All of the remaining members of F4Q here, Asarai, are inside the site, and they're gonna be trapped between this rock and hard place as Global are making their entry. Kappa goes down. Bunny just going insane. Absolutely huge, devastating kills here for F4Q.
Oh, well, SK Rossi, he's also a devastating player himself. Excuse me, 5K? Oh, goodness me, goodness gracious. And Golu clutches the round so close. Again, mentioned it as the bonus. They were not really looking to win the round. They were just looking to make it expensive, but they just did. Oh, he cannot even save the operator. That's a big blow, as Global Esports might not have even the money to fund this 16th round.
19-11. You can see that just how big of a score disparity is right now in F4Q, but hey, Bunny's making it work. He's a single one away from 20, and a 9-6 scoreline right now from F4Q. Easily could have been 5-10, but a great retake there coming from Global, using that man advantage, and the lurk as well from Golu came in essential for that round. Here now though, look how many stars are placed here towards mid, Asarai. There's like 4 stars here towards mid, and F4Q are just bomb rushing all, taking them and using them as kind of mobile concealment and cover for Bunny to just walk his way into the mail with the Trailblazer ahead of him. So that's not something you see every day, but it's curious to see that they pull it out now.
I kind of do like it. It's a free pass to get that mid control. Sometimes you just want to make sure that you do have that necessary tool. SK Rossi whips out his blades. Yeah, that's going to be able to take a shutdown onto 5K. Kappa has been spotted, but he can at least delay the push with the flashes that he does have. But Bunny, he's going to try to maybe make that happen as well. These whips on the shot immediately punished by Global Esports, and slowly but surely, okay, they're spotting out F4Q and they're punishing them hard for it.
Yeah, they kind of got trapped there towards heaven, and at that point, you're stagnant, your stars are in cooldown, you are pretty much dead in the water. So goodbye Global here to realize that and capitalize off of it, punish F4Q for that one. That's kind of the risk you play when you just dump all your stars towards mid. You avoid the plan in the first place and put yourself in cooldown, but it is the way it is.
That's true. I mean, you kind of want to use the stars more efficiently than that. I do like to use it from time to time for that kind of cover, but I'm not an Astra player. I don't really know the mentalities of Astra players that much.
3, but 4, that's kind of stretching it. But oh my goodness, Asarai Golu just punishing Bunny for that hasty dash. Tripwire getting value.
Setups for Global Esports getting much more cleaner here. The follow-up from Skills, and what a just quick round. F4Q and Unit, they didn't really have too much. They didn't want to play it slow. They want to go straight to another gun round here. And looking quickly into it, SK Rossi starting to pick up some bodies. Golu as well didn't have the best of rounds on that bind map, but now he's really helping out with the utilities that he has. Those tripwires are so helpful. And now looking into it, look at this. Triple stack on mid. This could be something. Skills can throw out a nade. SK Rossi, if somebody is aggro enough to try to traverse that, easy little peek shot. This is going to be something. We'll see how this goes. He's going to open things up. Ooh, it's going to be... Oh, nothing.
Oh.
Break the dog, maybe? Someone's very close to him. Oh my god.
he gets a kill. Dashes out into safety as Bunny goes down. Mail shall be sent, as that's where SK Rossi falls back into. The Trailblazers didn't actually spot him. He was quite out in the open, but not checking that right side corner behind the mid box. Afina is going to get the kill, but the quick trade-off here coming from Golu on that opposing Cypher. 4v3 right now. SK Rossi looking to try and dip into this B main fight. That Cypher will get the neural theft for information. 5Q does not care. He does not mind. He's going to push this out in the open. He wins that, dropping early. And now here comes the ultimate. Now the Viper spit from 5Q could be huge here right now. Putting down that smoke. Here comes that out as well. That snake bite to try and force him to not really push. But El Ranger going in and out. The post plant shall come in as a right.
That star's a little bit too late. If he tries to maybe concuss or suck, that's actually to the detriment of Global Esports. Yep, that's why you see it immediately get refunded by Hellranger. He knows it's not going to be a viable start to actually put through. He probably would want it to be at the back of the site. Golu's going to be clearing out the heavens here just to check out the nooks and crannies that his teammates will not be able to clear back out. But the timing as well as where he wanted to check it, not really where it was, and Zunba clears that one up. Kappa and Hellranger, they're going to have to fight tooth and nail for this. Both of their opponents are inside the smokes, but again, even though the vision be blocked, there's not really enough time. Global Esports loses that one quite swift. Ooh la la. Granted though, of course, F4Q used a lot of ultimates for that.
They did. They used the Viper's Pit, and there's a lot they had to dump for that, but they get in the end, which I guess is hashtag word, if anything. My age showing. For F4Q, 10-8. I'm just trying to, you know, vibe with the cool kids. Yeah, it's what they call hip nowadays, right?
Oh, this is a nice spot.
And this plan is looking pretty hip as well.
I don't know what the kill.
Look at all the stars in mid once again. That's right. Look at that.
Oh yeah. Well, they're maybe trying to see where the Little Dipper is, or the Orion, or I don't know any more constellations.
the Orion's belt. There's the I forget.
I have no idea, man. It's been a long day.
There's a fish. There's a fish. Yeah, that's
Pisces.
What I remember. Pisces. Right? Yes.
Yeah. It's the zodiac sign. All right.
Yeah,
anyways, speaking of signs, seems like F4Q, they're giving us some sort of signage, you know, like a little bit like Phasmophobia. Can give me a sign, and the sign is B main, B heavens is where they wanna tread the waters. It's a 1-3-1 split here for F4Q, and they're looking to maybe go for the pinch here. This could be bad for Skills if he's not careful, because there is still one. That is Afina, who is marching his way all through on Raptors here. And this is a really quick pick to maybe open up the Heaven side, but what this really does is that it just gives so much freedom for F4Q to make a lot of noise, whether left or right. Now SK Rossi back onto the operator once again, and as 5Q goes for the slow peek, gets traded down so quickly. Ooh, that's gonna be a big one, as 3 people have gone in onto the fight against Golu. That's gonna be SK Rossi to get another pick out. Afina's onto the side itself. He only has the classic, but that's what he needs to. Fina.
Oh, SK
didn't even stand a chance. SK Rossi, yep.
Man, oh man, he's been doing so much with that operator here for the side of Global to keep him in the game. 21 frags on him. Jet diff right now. SK Rossi 21, next 13. Bunny with 19, next 14. So, it's a battle of the Jets. We got an anime battle in our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Especially up soon if Bunny can get his ult, but that is not to be. So, SK Rossi and Global Esports looking to tie up the game here right now, and I do think that's definitely a plausible possibility here. I mean, looking at this, they got all the weapons in their way. They're on the defensive side, and they're aggressing here towards A main as well, just to make sure that they have control of that. And when they do regain control of that, then they can pretty much just leave it be, stack the other side, and make sure they can pretty much counter the full push that is about to come from F4Q here, which, speaking of, is on full send. And now Global have to do something about it. Very quiet.
They're already on the site, dude. They're just like, we're here. That wall gave us that that coverage. We've all but snuffed our position now. Hellranger's been using every single bullet that he has just to kind of pop a couple of shots, and he's been unlucky to make that happen. Now, Afina was again going for those slow little bite-sized peaks, but it's not going to happen. Esperanza's already looking for that plant. Stunt to come out. There's the utility from Skills, and there's not really much that F4Q can make happen here unless maybe Global peeks out, and then there's going to be a kill from Bunny, which doesn't really happen. And this leaves them in an island. The back of the island, Skills is looking to capitalize with his ultimate, finds one. There's going to be another. Athena, great little position to shut down the other, but in the end, Global Esports, they're going to take this one. And Global, they were looking shaky at the start, maybe even at the middle of this split map. But now they're starting to figure things out once again. They're starting to be more controlled, and they're getting confident as the rounds progress.
To be fair, they are on the defensive side, which is typically the favorite side here, but the tactical timeout will be called by F4Q as the game is tied on up. It's anybody's game here right now. I would have said that, you know, I guess they could have gotten away with not using the showstopper and Skills, but it's also really good to just confirm that, make sure, because you got like 4 ultimates coming up on the next round anyways. Go lose a single one away, so that is considered. But yeah, F4Q right now, I mean, their tag has been struggling. They just cannot find a way to shut down SK Rossi, who has been spectacular on this operator of his, you know, dipping in and out, peeking left and right, landing the shots, and F4Q have not been able to deal with it. Now, granted, it was an eco the last round right prior, but then before that, well, still, this operator of SK Rossi, we've seen it here happen against Damwon, where just so oppressive. And once again, it's doing the same here to another Korean team in F4Q on split even.
SK Rossi, he's turning the situation around. It shouldn't work, but SK Rossi just makes it happen. Now we're off of that tactical pause. That was actually a tactical pause again, to clarify, called out by F4Q. They know that they are on the knife's edge here already. They're going to get shut down once again. The reset is inevitable if they lose the round, and we know how that goes. When you're at the 11th hour, at the 11th round, Black, and you're on the losing side, you buy up. You do not want to play for overtime. Maybe they might, but the economy is going to be so shot that it's just more worth if you just go for the force buy. Regardless, though, F4Q, their presence is going to be known on mid. There's going to be a couple of stunts to come through. And Bunny still charging in on this one. He hasn't jumped up. I thought he was going to be maybe challenging on to Skills, who is just right in front of him. Skills, though, still has a couple of abilities that he wants to utilize, but Global Esports, they're not going to waste any time whatsoever. They pull the trigger on that Rolling Thunder, and they're rolling, steaming through the rest of the F4Q squads. And as the dust settles, Athena, Esperanza, taking names, taking hearts, and breaking them at the same time. That is just terrible. Bunny and Zunba to remain, and they're caught stuck somewhere in the middle. And can they bring this back? Can they turn it around? That is just disgusting. And Bunny, he's left to clutch.
Incredible job done here by Global Esports to go on the offensive while they're on the defensive side. They take that initiation, going on the proactive of the play here, and, you know, making that push towards mid. They pull out the Rolling Thunder, bring the Storm, and there was no calm before nor after. Bunny, last one left alive. Only plan here is to save it, keep that weapon, and by God, by all means, they need that weapon for the next upcoming round here, F4Q. I mean, this is looking pretty bad for F4Q, I'm not gonna lie. And this is a map that they have notoriously been super good at, but those were previous times with a different composition. They had Bunny on the raise quite obviously and quite popularly, and more importantly, he had the judge in his hands typically, and that's how they beat the Sentinels. But for the meantime, Global, they've also done a really good job here in Split. They beat Damwon here on Split in their opening day of the APAC LCQ a few days ago. And now they're looking to do the same to another Korean team. The big difference this time is this team has gone to a Masters, and this team is at the brink of elimination.
That goes there.
I mean, transitive property isn't really a thing in esports, right?
Okay,
but
where are you going?
I'm just gonna point it out there. If you're able to beat out a technical masters team, that is still a huge achievement, right? And Global Esports, like I mentioned, they're taking names, and the names that they're taking here, Black, they're all Korean teams. They're the Korean killers. They just know how to beat the Koreans, man.
I think part of it is because, you know, Korea as a region are just so used to being so structured, aside from F4Q, and they're not used to playing against anyone who plays differently. Paper Rex were, and that's why they were a really good matchup against Global here. But SK Rossi finds a good pick here off the shoulder peak of 5K. Too quick, too easy for SK Rossi. He's got his blades up, and Golo has his Neural Theft online as well. So it's potentially match point already here for Global Esports. If they can get a few more kills to secure that round, then F4Q are looking at a rough time to come back. Although, even if it's match point, it's only 2 rounds away, and so it's definitely doable. We are not out of the realm of possibility to go into overtime. Golu here in the corner on screens, but he's going to be watching from the sidelines as he's been taken down off the bench right now. Kappa not able to get a single kill as F4Q gets that, and they're looking pretty good so far here, Asarai.
They've separated the pack. They're not going to know the judge is right onto the right of them. And that's going to be, well, very low onto the Jet, leaving Hell Ranger to clutch. This feels like a little bit of deja vu. It's going to be dropping down. The flash will come through. Hell Ranger is in a much safer spot than he does. Can he isolate the fight? Can he take the picks that he needs to? And that pop shot onto the back of board. Oh, he's going to be charging in here. He doesn't know that Bunny is full HP, but that headshot went the right click. Hell Ranger. Oh my goodness, how does he make this happen? How does he do this? And how does he clutch the round to push it to match point? Global Esports, are they the Korean killer team?
Hell Ranger, split magic, baby. He's had so many clutches this weekend on split alone, and he is so amazing at that. By God, by dear. He might not be, you know, the most flashiest player that they've got on this Global Esports side. He might not be the most, in terms of the numbers of his kills, but the quality of them and the high impact of them are so huge, and he comes up in these big moments. What a big-time player. And Hell Ranger have just secured match point. Will they send the first Korean team home here? Arguably the strongest region in APAC for so many people, for so many fans and casters alike. Well, it seems to be at the cusp of exactly that. Global Esports now, their defensive side has been spectacular. They're able to get this round, then they could be sending F4Q home in the final decider. But F4Q have one more say in the matter, and with their wall here, their Viper wall towards that A site, they could potentially split this, go through the vent, and maybe overrun that A site that is being held. And Athena finds a huge kill here, and that Neural Theft is actually going to get him caught off guard. Skills, great push from him to equalize the game.
Oh, SK Rossi is going to have to exit out. Skills could go for the pinch, but he gets unpinched himself by Zunba. And F4Q, they've all but abandoned any form of control here. They're just rushing right in, and it worked. Yes, there is the shutdown onto Athena, but because of the Neural Theft still getting its full duration and the ping out, giving that crucial bit of tidbits as to where the rest of Global will be. And I feel like this is such a good round for F4Q in general. Global Esports will either decide to clutch or save. And I feel like they don't have the money to make that happen. But we are seeing Kappa and Golu to just remain. And Black, you were kind of mentioning, again, you know, stuff about F4Q specifically. And I just also wanted to point out that play from Hell Ranger. It defies logic in a sense. I guess the thought process there would be because he didn't spot his opponent somewhere back on board, he already got the other one in. His 1v1 would be somewhere on the guy that's just there at default plan, right? And if he tried to maybe peek that strafing with a Vandal, he wouldn't have the success chance in the catch-off that he was looking for. But that was hella risky because that right click, it don't fire that quickly too. So the shot after it, I mean. In any case, it is either this game win, series win, or overtime. Regardless, both teams have money to buy. Global Esports have a couple of ultimates. F4Q do not. They might be able to use this. We'll see.
Final round of regulation for the final map here of day 4. Potentially the final map of either of these teams here. F4Q right now at the cusp of elimination. Go big or go home. SK Rossi not landing the shot. That is crucial. That is insanely bad right now for Global Esports. The fact that they just lost him here at the very start due to that kind of play. This is a symptom of the problem sometimes when you go for that over-aggression. I like the confidence. I appreciate it, but it can be a bit misguided sometimes. And you see that Esperanza just completely, rather Athena, punishing him for that. Now they're down to the 4v5. They retrieve the operator, which is a bit of a lifeline. He could potentially land the shot, but no, Efina able to back off. He knows he doesn't want to double dip into that fight. He's going to try and lurk here towards Heaven as F4Q are looking to split the site, but Kappa has a great position here with this breach. You can potentially keep them at bay for the meantime to get that rotate on in, but F4Q, they're looking to pound on the site right now.
Just giving away his position. After his aftershock, everybody's going to look down below. And Bunny, all he really needs is to beat it down, and he will. Hell Ranger. Oh, man. This guy, he clutches, but he has to go above and beyond for it. There's going to be one right in front, and that's not going to happen. In black, we go to overtime.
Switching sides.
The last series of the day comes in clutch to give us the most explosive match of the day.
Oh my goodness, what a way to end the day. Of course, we're going to overtime. How many will we actually run? Well, we're gonna find on out. For the meantime, well, F4Q, great comeback by them, kind of slipping for a bit, but they came back when it mattered. Global Esports have been really good in, getting a few rounds in a row. We saw them get 3, then 4 right after at the bottom of your screen. You can tell that, and F4Q, their lead was cut down quickly into that. And SK Rossi, no operator in his hands this time. As we are in overtime, that gives him one new timeout that they can pull. Mail here is going to be concussed. They're not checking him. Actually, no, they do, but still he wins that fight. SK Rossi finding a double kill. What an amazing play from him. A quick push here coming from the side of Global Esports. And he is looking to open this up even more. Holy cow. SK Rossi just set them potentially into the lead.
Efina's holding true here. That smoke separating him from the rest of the squad. Not nearly enough as safe as he thought it would be. And Zunba, well, he's going to be sneaking back up, but oh yeah, they're clearing sides right now. They're trying to check in, and he's going to get spotted. That cloudburst giving him some solace, but also separating him from the rest. And Golu not going to miss a beat, and we're one step away. Black and blue, F4Q. Can you keep the dream alive? The Korean teams were supposed to be the heavy dogs, the top dogs of the APAC LCQ, but Global Esports have also proven that VCC is a region to be feared, is a region to behold, is a region to be respected, because they be cracked as well.
VCC, the sole representatives of that region, stepping up to the plate here right now. One more round is all they need to continue forward and send F4Q to be dubbed the Korean Killers. Would certainly be true if Global Esports can make it happen right here, right now. Concussed coming in. Buddy will get capped by that, but not going to be taken down just as of the moment. He's going to have to come in huge. He's a player that has a lot of expectations on his shoulders. He's been able to live up to a lot of that for the most part, making this jet work, something we have not normally seen from him in the past. But here at the LCQ, he's been turning a new leaf, and this time he's going to have to turn a bunch of pages. Nade will force him on back away from Mail. They have an idea. There's 4 players here from Global on the B side. I'm not too sure if this is what I'd recommend, but F4Q, they might just be signing themselves off to a premature death.
Down mid.
Oh, that's going to be a fake smoke. Golu and Skills, they got theirs. And this is back to the 3 versus 4. Spike has been dropped. Bunny gotta pick it right back up, but there is no form of map control whatsoever for F4Q, so they need to struggle. They need to push for this. But Bunny, he's lost his mind. He's dashed right into the embracing harness of Skills, and it's all down to 5K and Efina. They're gonna be pushing in here. Pinch. Okay, Skills is there, but only 5K to remain. He knows that one is at hell. He's being thrown out every single bit of utility, 25 seconds, and maybe, just maybe, he can run his way all through on a site. Skarasi is gonna at least not be able to mark this out, and 5K makes the right decision. Nobody's gonna be on the A site. He is just begging to maybe be able to make this plan happen and try to get a good positioning, but everybody is hounding him in, and SK Rossi already at his position, and that's gonna be, oh my god, no, not yet, not yet, not yet.
He's got the ultimate.
He's got the ultimate. He's going to be swimming inside of this one, black and blue, and all they really have to do is come together, but they're not. What are you doing, Hell Ranger? 1 versus 1, 5K. He still has it in him, and he spots out the Hell Ranger as he drops down. We go to second overtime.
We run it back once again. F4Q, we are not done just yet. Burning the midnight oil here in Southeast Asia, it seems. F4Q 5K, this guy, we've seen him, you know, in the past, maybe on a Reyna on a map like Split. They moved him to the Viper. A choice that is very questionable, but not that he's a bad player on it, but F4Q, not normally known for having a Viper here on Split, but he comes in big where it matters the most. The clutch of his career by far, at least so far, but he's looking to do even more. Global almost taking it, but F4Q are not out just yet. Gearing up for this A, taking you see the full 5-man push. The only player here is one SK Rossi himself, a huge player to be playing from the Heavens position. He does have Golu inside the site of itself to hold down, who's been a great sentinel by all means. But now, with Bunny inside here, supported now by Athena, this just could be the double duo on the A side that could cause some chaos. Perfect flash, he's in the corner. He has some idea that he's here, and he will be flushed out of it. 5K finding a kill. Athena holding down the line. This is huge right now for F4Q.
There's going to be pop shots through the smoke, and it's working. And 5K man of the hour from the last round dips into the kill. Spike has yet to get planted. Esperanza thought that he can maybe make that happen, but not really. And Skills left to fend off for himself. 2 versus 1. Both of them straight up onto screen. He's not looking to the right, but there is a beautiful crossfire here, but it doesn't matter because now he's making it happen. 9 bullets onto the chamber. He's going to be able to at least reload that and pick up the spike and maybe even run to B if he does want to. Zunba. Oh no, Skills doesn't know. He's looking at Heaven. Zunba is wrapping all the way around to A main. He can maybe plant the spike down. He has his ultimate, but can he guess where his opponent will be coming from?
At this point, it's a very real possibility that he pulls the ultimate out as soon as he hears contact. Here it now is a showstopper to end this shebang. He holds on to it, actually kind of faking it out. Gonna fire it towards that hell position, but not landing. It gives him away. And now holding it down here, Zumba gets the kill. He gets the round and match point in favor of F4Q. A single one away from eliminating the only representative of the BCC as Global are on a lifeline.
Zumba clutches that, but Athena was the true MVP, I would say, for the round. He held his position for so long. Flashes, smokes, aftershocks being thrown in, but he still finds his value. And we flipped the switch. We've turned the sides. F4Q is 1 round away, black and blue. How have we come to this? Global had everything come for them. They've called for the tactical pause already. They cannot not use that now. They need to make every single bit of thing that gives them an advantage and use it straight up. Oh no. Oh no. This is looking really really bad for Global.
I mean, they move on over to the defensive side, which has been, to be fair, better for them than their attacking was, although it did come down really close anyways in their opening attacking half. But Global, as I said, you know, going into another overtime gives them a new timeout to use, and this is now the time to use it. Potentially their final round of their Valorant 2021 career so far. The year end is moments away from either team. F4Q, you lose this, we go to another overtime. At that point, Global can turn things around. Global, they are the ones on the lifeline. They are the ones living on a prayer right now. A life raft is all that they're hoping on. It might just be able to float them away from these muddy waters right now. Very treacherous. At F4Q, they're the maestros of that. Lots of stars here being placed towards mid. Still, it's a very dark, deep thought that Global are facing right now, as F4Q are looking to execute here from the B main position.
Oh, might have lost my feed there just a little bit. Now I'm back. We're good. Hellranger is in a spot once again. He's down to 14, unfortunately. That's going to be funny. Clear up the rest of the site. He's making sure that nobody's at the back of the board, and he's using the smokes to clear on everything. Kappa one first. They're starting to tuck themselves in here. Can't really plant the spike down just yet. He's saving the fault line. He's saving the aftershock for this specific reason. And Bunny at the back of it still is going to be holding on.
They had very little control there as they were coming on in. That Viper wall was not going to give them too much. The spike will go down, planted here. Having some issues, but SK Rossi, and they just completely clean up house here, Global. They can stick the defuse. There isn't much what F4Q can do. He finds a kill, Zumba, that will be stuck. We're going to a second overtime here as Global make the retake happen. There was very little going in the way for F4Q on that round. You kind of saw it there, that with that wall, it was, well, basically getting them only the left side of that site. All they had was kind of like the back side of it and fills it towards the box, but for the meantime, like, everything else past the pillar was completely rescinded, and for Global, that was just a perfect opportunity for them, a perfect springboard for them to get that retake going as soon as F4Q got the plant. Even before that, actually, Global were at the gates, and now the enemy's knocking. We're back now to second overtime. It's anybody's game once more.
It is anybody's game once more. Really strong stuff for Global to just hold on a little bit there. They didn't really have to do too much. They know that even if there was going to be some walls, they can always use some of their utilities to kind of deny that post plant. But it seems like it's going to be some sort of deja vu, you know, inspiration plays from Global Esports as they try to make use of what F4Q were trying to do. Esperanza is such a beast, and Anchor at the back of the side. Golu's trying to at least close the distance, and he will be able to fight some shots in. Gets up into the weapon, 5 bullets. Okay, let's see if he can make something happen here as he drops down dead to his opponent. There's gonna be a chase down from Bunny, dashes right away. Hell Ranger with the big flanks, but he's a bit too late, and now they're starting to scan for him. It's just one round needed. Triple overtime into this one already, and he actually goes all the way around. They might not be able to read this properly, but Hell Ranger, he's close. He needs to bring out the weapon. There it is, and he still whiffs. That is unfortunate. F4Q, we're back to square one. They're one more round away from finishing this series.
Match point.
Very uncharacteristic there from a player like Hell Ranger. You know that one's going to keep him up at night. A 30 bomb dropped here by SK Rossi, but he's going to have to go nuclear to bring them back into this one as Global are down 14-15 in the game. F4Q, oh my dear, they are looking to send the potential Korean killers home right now. F4Q, they are the ones looking to dish out the massacre here right now, because this is a series worthy of ending off day 4 here of the APAC LCQ. We're potentially at the last round for these teams, the last round of the day, and potentially, once again, the last round for Global Esports here in the VCT LCQ. The run for the year might be done, but still, they have one more chance. Holding on here to mid, they got B control for the meantime, but F4Q, they're biding their time. Cannot let the clock run out on them, though, because this is something they have not been too great at dealing with.
Wrong gonna be used now.
Uh-oh.
Skills, he's really baiting his location here. He does have the judge. His teammate is clearing it out as much as possible. All the utilities being thrown his general direction. And he's going to try to squeeze his way in here. Maybe he can catch them off, which he does. Oh, that's going to be huge. Bombs right back up, and he will only bring Yafina down to 20. But that has given enough time, I believe, for Global Esports to come in rummaging through. And we are not done for tonight. Zunba and 5K, but they're going to go to a site where SK Rossi is king. That spike has been dropped down on Heaven.
30 seconds left.
All but stacked up onto this one. And Hell Ranger still spots it. Oh no, does he knows? The Fank is going to be coming in. That's going to be big. Oh, there it is. 5K. Brings it back to the 2 versus 2. Maybe he can call his teammate to go all the way back to B. Yep, there it is.
Yep.
And SK Rossi is still holding on to the A side, thinking that maybe they're going to go and double back. Not really.
10
It's all
seconds
about that
left.
retake now. And SK Rossi, he's got to have to run and help out Kappa right here, right now.
2 controllers left here for F4Q
No!
and 5K. That was a huge kill. 1 bullet away from taking this game, from sending Global Esports home, the only representative of the VCC and the top team from India. Will they be going home right now from the Korean Kings of, well, this LCQ as of the moment? F4Q, it's all on SK Rossi as an operator in hand.